Welcome back to another episode of News Now. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Mary. Hope everyone had a good February break. I know I did.
The boys hockey team had a great break at the Falmouth tournament in the Cape, qualifying for the state hockey tournament.
I'm so sad I missed all those games.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. You know, the seniors haven't done a newscast in a while.
Yeah, I don't really mind. I'm busy with my other classes.
What other classes? Culinary arts?
It's foods.
Isn't it the same thing?
I'm actually not sure. Let's check out the segment.
You take this class.
Because I want to do culinary as a career in my future.
Why did you take this class?
Well, because I want to go to culinary school and become a chef.
Why did you take this class?
I took this class because I really didn't have another option to take it, so I just took it.
How many periods is it?
8 periods a week.
Would you recommend this class to other students?
Yeah, it's very fun. You work hard and you also play hard too. It's an easy class.
Would you recommend this class to another student?
It's a good class if you like to eat or cook, and P and her are awesome teachers.
Would you recommend this class to other students?
Then yeah.
What is your class all about?
Well, we have the class that we're in right now is Culinary Arts, so it's an advanced cooking class that's predominantly juniors and seniors. It's 2 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, from 11 to 1, and we go over fundamentals of cooking, fundamentals of baking that they've learned in Chefs 1 and Chefs 2 and in foods, and we take that and kind of bring it to the whole other level of in terms of speed, in terms of capabilities that the students have learned in foundations from their other classes. And it's a good class for kids that maybe want to go into the world of foods, whether it's catering, whether it's baking, whether it's owning a restaurant or restaurant management.
What are your upcoming events?
We have something coming up in February. It is a Valentine's bake sale. It's actually on the 13th this year that we're doing it because we don't meet our culinary students on Friday. So we're having the bake sale a day earlier than Valentine's Day. But we sell cookies that the students make themselves. We have cupcakes that they make as an example of how they kind of package up. We sell them by the half dozen. Students do a great job in that. We have some beautifully colored icings, and the decorating skills come out. We kind of give the kids an empty canvas, and they can decorate and go nuts. We have beautiful sugar cookies that is just an example of them for the camera. But white chocolate drizzle with some different sprinkles that we have and things like that. So we do fudge for that bake sale. We're doing chocolate dipped strawberries are always a fan favorite, so we sell those. We have a couple every couple months. We have a bake sale. We did one for November for Thanksgiving, where we sold different things for pies and things of that nature. Then we have this one. We'll do one in March that we have coming up for St. Patrick's Day. We make traditional Irish soda bread. We show the students, myself being Irish and Mrs. Hunt being Irish as well. I'm only half, but I love it nonetheless. But we show the kids a real authentic traditional Irish soda bread, and kind of break the barriers of what they think of when they think of Irish soda bread, because a lot of people think of it being dry and not flavorful, and it's kind of gone the way of not too many people make it anymore. But I grew up having it not only for St. Patrick's Day in that time frame, but we had it year-round at my grandmother's and Mrs. Hunt's family as well. So we like to just take those traditions and pass them on to the students and stuff, and have them learn some real authentic different cultural recipes. We not only stick with Irish and Italian food, but we run the gamut in a lot of different cultural foods. But our big bake sales are that's a big point for the kids. We raise a lot of money. We do some field trips. We get the kids chef's jackets with the money raised, and the money goes right back to the students, because then we use it for different ingredients that we might not be able to get in a traditional, typical sense. So we're able to show them some new stuff, and with the money that's raised, and they get to they take some pride into it too, which is nice. And we have all teachers and faculty come down and check out the room. A lot of people, because we're in the basement, don't know that we exist down here. They're not sure where we are. You get a lot of, wow, it's the first time I've been in the room. This is really cool, So they see that it's like a hybrid, traditional home kitchen mixed with a professional kitchen, so they get to see a little bit of that. So we, those are our big events. The wine social event for Waltham Education Beyond is our big pinnacle event, where all the students, we go over there on a field trip on a Thursday or the day, whatever day it ends up being. Usually it's Thursday, and we go over there for the whole day and prepare at the Paint Estate. We prepare all the food, and then we stay right through the night, serve the customers, and do the cleanup. It's like a full-on caterer for the event, and it's always awesome. I think this is the 6th year we're doing that. So we're pretty excited for that. We have a really, really good menu. It's like going to a wedding in that sense, in terms of the quality of the food and what the people who are going there and buying tickets, they get to eat. So it's pretty awesome. The kids take great pride in it. They love it. They absolutely. We have alumni come back and help out. So it's a real nice connection event. It bridges what the students that are in culinary now and in our foods class that might be taking culinary next year. It bridges the gap from what they're seeing and doing in class to our alumni, and we're making contacts, and people who work in restaurants that we have that are alumni are seeing the new generation of kids come up. So they're, it's a nice, real nice piece for us. That's pretty much a big events. A couple bake sales, and we do a wine social. We do a little event that it's not a fundraiser, but we've been doing it for probably 10 years now. It's the Waltham Food and Wine Expo. It's at the Westin Hotel up in Waltham here. And it's a bunch of different restaurants from around the city, bakeries, cafes, and it's like a wine tasting event, and we provide desserts for that event, and we have some of our students go to that as well. And it's a really, really nice event. It's usually in March sometime, and it's just something we make like probably like 500 desserts and bring up, and we have a nice table set up, and there's people like Dominic's there, and you get. Who else ends up going? Bison County goes. You get a lot of really cool restaurants on Moody Street that come up and stuff. So it's a cool event for our students to see and meet some business people in Waltham. And kids have gotten hired at restaurants just from working that event with us, because they're meeting face to face with the chef, who might own Tempo, and say, geez, this kid's a really nice kid. Come in and talk to me when you graduate, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of really cool things to be seen at places like that. We don't offer a restaurant here yet, so those events that we do are really the only big pinnacle things for the students to see the real world of the food and the culture that happens at the same time. So,
is there anything special about your class that you would like the viewers to know? Take foods. I know course selection's going on right now, but take foods, take chefs 2, take chefs 1. It's never too late. We always have seniors come in, and it might be their first time taking a class, and we love it. We love to have them there, and we love to see them, in the class and learning and stuff. And it's just, you're gonna get a skill that you're gonna need forever. It gets expensive eating out all the time, so it's always nice to be able to cook for your roommates, your friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, eventual wives, husbands, etc. So it's something you're going to learn and never lose. It's like riding a bike, as we say. So that's what's special, I guess, about our class. We're educating the kids on the future, on everything they need to know about food, and how to kind of take a bunch of ingredients that aren't put together yet and end up with a nice finished product and that they can be proud of. So thank you. You're very welcome.
Because I used to take a practical art for my schedule.
Why did you take this class?
Alright, man. I took this class because Mr. P and Miss Hunt are the best 2 teachers in this building. That's why I took this class, man.
How many periods is it?
8.
Would you recommend this class to other students?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours in a row, but it's worth it because you get to eat.
Would you recommend it to another student?
I would recommend it to everybody in this building. Like, if you're not going to take foods, at least take chefs, which are only 2 periods a week. 2 best teachers right here. Miss Hunt, shouts out. I love you.
If you take TV and foods, when do you have time for history? You don't take a history?
Oh, come on. It's senior year.
Are you at least in the history club?
I have other after-school activities, but this history club seems interesting, too.
Well, in case you're interested in joining, let's catch up with Colin and Derek.
Would you consider joining the history club?
I would.
Yes, I would, but I don't have the time to.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a good time, I guess.
Why?
Because I like history.
If I could join, I would like to, just know more about the history of Waltham and understand it more. I'm already taking a history of Waltham class, but the more the merrier, I pretty much like to say.
Well, I kind of like history. I'm taking a history class this year, so, why not?
I would consider joining the history club if I knew what the history club was. I never heard of the history club. I know we had one, but you know, I would think I would consider joining it. Maybe. I don't know.
What is the history club?
The History Club is an organization that one of our students, James Zangi, started, and it's run by Mrs. Kearns and myself. And we recently just started together this club for people that love history and are really excited by the idea of history and want to study more history than just what they get in class. And so it's extracurricular, and join up if you haven't already.
When does History Club meet?
We meet periodically. We have our next meeting, I believe, the second day back from break. I think, don't quote me on it, but I think that's the 24th. And we're going to meet that day, and we meet whenever we have an event planned or sort of a get-together. And we don't meet, once a week or anything like that. It's usually monthly. And for this first meeting, we're talking about Monuments Men, which is a movie we're going to go see, and also True Crime Waltham. We're going to have some Waltham historians, Mr. Goodwin and Mr. Gavin, who does the con law class, come in and talk about some interesting cases that have happened in Waltham, murders and crimes and things of that nature.
Do you guys have any trips planned, like you said, like the movies?
Yep, so like I just said, our first one is Monuments Men, and we haven't exactly set the date yet. I think we're thinking about March 1st for that one. But we want to do all kinds of things. We want to go to, into Boston. We want to see the Freedom Trail. We want to maybe take a trip to Lexington and Concord. We want to partner up with the Historical Society and see some of the reenactments that happen in the city. We'd like to go on trips to see the Boston Manufacturing Company. We really want to experience history on the local level, also with United States history and even, of course, world history, because that's a lot of people's favorite. My favorite history, well, it's U.S. That's what I teach. My favorite is, but I really, I get fascinated by all sorts of things that happen, and I can't really. It's more the ideas than anything else, and the decisions that people have to make that fascinate me, than just the exact details. Oh, jeez.
What did I do?
Sorry.
It's all right. Thank you.
He's under arrest.
Would you join the history club?
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
Well, it's always been my lifelong dream to be the voice behind the history club.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Mary, can you put the phone away? We're in the middle of a newscast.
Wait, just 1 second. Let me finish this Flappy Bird game.
Flappy what?
Flappy Bird. Everybody's playing.
Never heard of it.
You don't get out much, do you? Let's check out the segment on Flappy Bird.
This week, we took a look at the app that is sweeping the nation, Flappy Bird. This breakthrough app has been entertaining and infuriating players for the last couple of weeks. We went around and asked some students if they play the game and what they think about it.
I do. It's kind of fun, not really, but it's pretty addicting and kind of can ruin your life.
Well, yeah, I play it. It's pretty fun, except after, a little while you kind of get to your zone. And then after a couple, pipes and hoops, it gets pretty annoying.
I used to. It ruined my life. I just didn't have time for anything anymore. It was just 24/7. It was Flappy Bird. Wake up, Flappy Bird. Go to bed, Flappy Bird. In the bathroom, Flappy Bird. Eating, Flappy Bird. It was taking over my life, and my family actually had an intervention, and it just got to a point where it was a real problem for me, and I just had to quit. So I checked myself into rehab actually 2 months ago. Flappy Bird sober for about 2 weeks now, and it feels amazing.
I did, but I deleted it because I set a score for 13 and I couldn't beat it for the longest time, so I just got mad and deleted it. It's no good.
To end on some sad news, at the beginning of the week, game creator Dong Nguyen pulled the app from both the Apple Store and Android Store after apparently being fed up with all the attention. He wrote on his Twitter page, "I cannot take this anymore." As of Sunday, the app could not be found. However, those who have already downloaded it can continue to enjoy the app without updates.
I don't have time for that technology crap.
What could you possibly be busy with?
Applying to schools, college essays, Naviance.
Navi who?
Naviance, it guides you through your way to college. You wouldn't know about that.
I wouldn't. That's why TV2 checked it out for me. Take a look.
What is Naviance?
Naviance is a search tool that we use in the guidance department to help juniors and seniors kind of get a realistic view of what colleges will be a good fit for them, just do college searches in general, gain some information about colleges. We also use it with the sophomore class to do career searches and to get an idea of the different activities that they enjoy doing and how that would help them in the long run for different careers that they might want to pursue moving forward.
How do you sign up for it?
Well, if you came to G-Block, you would know how to sign up for it. Every sophomore is automatically signed up for it in their sophomore comp class, so they're automatically put in a username and password. For the most part, kids don't use it again until the beginning of their junior year. So if they forget what their username or password is, they can just come down to their guidance counselor and they'll be able to tell them their username and reset their password.
When should students use it?
Students should definitely, all students in the sophomore class are going to use it for the career search. They could use it moving forward after, but definitely in their junior and senior year, students should become comfortable with using Naviance.
Is Naviance helpful?
Yes, Naviance is awesome, definitely very helpful. I think that the graphs are super helpful, giving kids a realistic idea of if colleges are a good fit, if they're a reach school, if they're a safety school. So absolutely very helpful.
Great. Do you know what Naviance is?
Yeah, it has something to do with college.
Do you believe it's helpful?
I mean, if you don't really know what you're doing, I guess it could be.
Do you use it?
I mean, I used it once for the guidance.
Yeah. Do you know what Naviance is?
Yeah.
Do you use Naviance?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe Naviance is helpful?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to help look for colleges.
Do you know what Naviance is?
Yeah, it's the college search website.
Have you used it?
Yeah, once or twice.
Do you think it's helpful?
Yeah, it's a good way to see like what colleges you're right for and to see if you can get into certain colleges.
Great. What is Naviance?
Naviance was a program on the computer to help, it was like a survey to help you on what you could be when you grow up based on your interests.
How many times have you used it?
I used it once this year in guidance.
Do you believe it's helpful?
I do believe it's helpful because it shows you stuff that you could do based on what you like.
Naviance in college is old news to me.
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Mary, why do you even take TV?
In case someday I want to be a meteorologist.
Yeah, okay, Miss Weather Girl. What's the weather like this week?
Well, it's supposed to snow tonight, so I'd call that potential sledding weather, but what do I know?
I love sledding weather.
Do you enjoy sledding?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I do.
I love sledding.
I do.
Where do you like to go sledding?
Where? The Girl Scout yard. The Fernal, and my backyard occasionally.
Groverville Cemetery would probably be my number one. Maybe like make a little jump off the back of a gravestone.
I like to go behind McDevitt, but sometimes I also like to go to Prospect Hill. It's now dangerous up there, but I still like to go there to do some sledding.
The back of cars.
The Girl Scout Hill. Yeah, it's a good time.
There's a golf course near our house in Westford that we like to go to. And also we live near Neshoba, which also has tubing, which I also love to do. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We need to go sledding soon.
Yeah, but for now, let's just sled on into Teen Talk.
This year, Waltham High introduced a new group called Teen Talk, which was brought into a new light for us this week by Mr. Bernard.
What is Teen Talk?
Teen Talk is an informal meeting that occurs every Wednesday, every lunch period. It occurs in the library, usually to the back right of the library. And basically what it is an open forum for teens to have conversations. For example, I pick a topic. It could be anything from poverty, which we're discussing today, to relationships, and we discuss how that leads to conflict within the school system. And it's an open conversation, and people add in and have conversations about it, each lunch. So from 10:30 to 11, 11:30 to 12, and 12:30 to 1 o'clock, we're always in the library. So it's open for everybody.
How do you join?
Just come on in. You can bring your lunch, you know, and again, we just open up the topic of conversation. I usually wait around five minutes for everybody to get in here, you know, before I start opening up the topic for conversation. But it usually goes pretty good. For example, today they're talking about the disparate people that have, you know, wealth versus people that are in poverty and how it can lead to conflict. Talking about sometimes cell phones get stolen and how it ends up, you know, making people thinking that other people have done it who may not have much money or something like that, and it becomes problematic at times. If an open discussion doesn't occur, I feel that it could, you know, really lead to conflict. You know.
How do you feel like this will help with the issues?
It allows people to have a different perspective on things, you know, instead of, you know, the stereotypical way of people think, you know, that, oh, poor people steal, rich people just are hoarding their money, that kind of thing. That's not real, you know. Everybody brings something to the table, you know, and other people get to know other people so they don't have this opinion about them in such a negative manner.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll stop by Team Talk for a quick meeting.
Yeah, that would be fun.
The latest talk has been around the Raptors championship, though.
What's that?
You don't know what Raptors is?
No.
Then this next segment's perfect for you, so let's check it out.
This week, we caught up with co-coaches Aiden Stanowitz and Joseph O'Hara of the Raptors lacrosse team made up of players from Waltham High School.
What was the game plan for the championship game?
Our game plan was to win.
Play hard, talk a lot, and play hard but sell harder. Yard sale lots of kids.
Explain the road to the championship.
The road to the championship was me and Aiden kept on putting the Shiva Bowl in their heads until we had to take the victory home, which we ended up doing.
I showed up one day. We played Wilmington in the semifinals. I coached that game. We won that. And then we went to the championship and won that. So that was a road, 2 games.
And what was your favorite part of the season?
Favorite part of the season was probably the incredible practices we had.
Easily the semifinals game. It was a close game. We got some penalties for celebrating, which I like. The refs liked us. It was a good time.
What are the necessary tools for a championship season?
Necessary tools. Good players. Matt Kane, Ray, Charlie, Derek Ferrari, Jeff Warren, Sirius Ange, all some good players.
What are the necessary tools for a championship season?
Necessary tools, our key players, Matthew Kane, Ray Roselli, Jeff Warren, Derek Ferrari, John Coates, Mitch Warren, Cam Egan, some other kids I might be forgetting.
You don't know if you're going to win or lose, how good the team's going to be. We don't really scout these teams. But, yeah, there were some nerves, but they were extinguished right away once I got on that field.
What was the score of the game?
I believe it was 18-5, complete rout from North Andover. I mean, wasn't close when the field's great. I still know we got a lot of work to do. We want to become champions in the spring as well. First and foremost, I think I'm taking my talents to Disney World. Second most, got to prepare for the spring season. Got a great, got 10 returning players, a great coaching staff, ready to get after it.
All right, thank you.
You'll learn something new every day.
Speaking of championships, the Olympics have been buzzing all over the place lately.
I know, I haven't really been keeping up this year.
Me either, but I've been watching the hockey.
Me too, those games are always so exciting. But the other events are fun too.
You love the hockey or the players?
Let's check out the Winter Olympics segment.
Have you been watching the Olympics this year?
Actually, yes.
I have. I've been avidly watching the Winter Olympics.
I have been watching the Olympics. It's a good time.
Yes, I have.
What's your favorite event?
I'm gonna probably say the hockey.
Well, I'm kind of conflicted this year because curling used to be my favorite sport, but now I'm kind of a speed skating fan, a speed skating fanatic.
My favorite event is probably co-ed ice sculpting.
Well, I watched figure skating all weekend because that was what was on.
Who do you think is going to win the most medals?
I'm proud to be an American, so I'm gonna say USA.
Definitely Mongolia, because we have like 2 super athletes right now, and they're just gonna sweep this whole Olympic tournament game championships.
I'm gonna go with Kazakhstan to win the most medals. They got some pretty awesome athletes.
Well, I want to say America, but I also root for, the underdogs, Jamaican bobsled team.
Imagine playing for the Winter Olympics teams.
I know, it must feel amazing.
Jumping into our next segment, Benice and Isco got a look on the computer science course.
I love our school is always adding new courses.
I know, we have such a diverse school.
Are you a fan of science or math?
Yes, I love math and I love science.
Do you know what computer science is?
No.
Okay, stop the camera for a second. Eyes open. What is computer science?
Well, exploring computer science is all sorts of stuff. It's going to start with a little bit of web design, intro to programming, data analysis, and a bunch of robotics. Yeah, it's going to be myself and Ms. Pike.
And I'll have students signed up?
I know at least a few have. I don't know how many exactly, so we're looking to get at least 2 sections, hopefully.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Now that you know what it is, are you willing to take the class?
Yeah, I'd love to take it.
Thank you.
No problem.
What do you think about the new class, computer science?
I think it's a great new class because it's something that we've never had in the school, so I think it's a great addition to the school curriculum. Yeah, I would definitely take it because it's a topic that's very interesting to me, so I would love to learn about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that's all we have for today. Spring athletes, make sure to get your family ID registration done for spring sports.
And seniors, make sure to get your scholarship packets done. You don't want to miss that deadline. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Mary. See you later, Waltham.